I'm about to save you from the psychological vampires walking among us. If you've ever felt that panic-inducing moment, when someone asks you a question that makes your soul scream trap, then you're about to discover why your instincts were absolutely right. These aren't ordinary liars we're talking about. These are master manipulators who've turned deception into an art form, and they're using 5 specific questions to hijack your brain, steal your power, and leave you questioning your own sanity. But here's what they don't know. I'm about to expose their entire playbook and turn you into a human lie detector who can spot their games from across the room. By the time this video ends, you'll possess the psychological superpowers to shut down any manipulator who dares to mess with your mind. Let me hit you with the first psychological bomb that manipulators love to drop. Why are you being so dramatic? The second these words escape someone's lips, you know you're staring into the face of a world-class gaslighter. Here's exactly what's happening in this moment. You've caught them doing something absolutely inexcusable. Maybe they've been lying straight to your face, betraying your trust, or stabbing you in the back while pretending to be your friend. But instead of owning their toxic behavior, they launch this verbal missile, designed to nuke your credibility and make you the villain in your own story. This isn't a genuine question. It's a precision strike against your emotional intelligence. They're essentially programming you to believe that your natural human response to betrayal is somehow wrong, that your feelings are invalid, and that you're mentally unstable for daring to react to their poison. The evil genius of this manipulation is that it instantly flips the script, forcing you to defend your emotions instead of addressing their crimes. Suddenly you're explaining why you have every right to feel hurt, while they sit back smugly watching you spiral into self-doubt. This is psychological warfare at its most brutal, and the moment you take the bait, you've walked straight into their trap. Now brace yourself for question number 2, the emotional grenade that destroys everything in its path. Do you even trust me? This gets weaponized when they've been caught red-handed and need to perform the ultimate reality flip. Instead of explaining their shady behavior or addressing your completely valid concerns, they turn your entire relationship into a weapon against you. This question is emotional terrorism disguised as wounded innocence. It instantly forces you into panic mode, because now you're not discussing what they did wrong. You're desperately scrambling to prove you're a loyal friend, partner, or family member while they watch you beg for their approval. Meanwhile, they escape accountability completely and actually make you feel guilty for questioning their sketchy actions. Here's the truth. They're terrified you'll realize genuinely trustworthy people never have to ask if you trust them, because they prove it through consistent honest actions, transparent communication, and reliable behavior. If someone has to question your trust while simultaneously dodging responsibility for their suspicious conduct, they've just given you the answer to their own question. Prepare yourself for question number 3, the responsibility escape pod that lets them float away from accountability. So what do you want me to say? This should be illegal because of how devastatingly effective it is at psychological manipulation. When confronted with mountains of evidence proving their guilt, they don't confess, they don't apologize, they don't even attempt to explain themselves. Instead, they transform into a helpless victim who's supposedly too overwhelmed and confused to understand how to respond to being caught in their web of lies. This translates directly, so I'm absolutely guilty as charged, but I'm going to make you feel like a monster for confronting me about it. They want you to become their scriptwriter, providing them with the exact words to fake remorse, so they can perform an artificial apology theater without experiencing genuine regret. When someone authentically cares about the damage they've inflicted, the words pour out naturally, because they're driven by real remorse and a desperate desire to repair what they've broken. Question number 4 is the premature ending manipulation that cuts off justice before it can be served. Can we just move on already? This gets deployed when their lies start crumbling, and they need to shut down the conversation before you piece together the full extent of their deception. They despise extended discussions where their carefully constructed mask begins to slip, so they play the mature peacemaker role, suggesting that continuing to address their betrayal is somehow toxic or unhealthy. Don't be fooled by this seemingly reasonable request, because it's actually emotional fraud. While genuine healing does require moving forward, skipping accountability isn't growth, it's cheating the entire process. They want instant forgiveness without earned apology, immediate closure without facing consequences, and perfect peace without acknowledging the chaos they've created. Finally, we reach their ultimate desperation move, the question that reveals just how cornered they feel. Are you really going to throw everything away over this? This is their final attempt to make you feel like the destroyer of everything good between you when they're actually the one who poisoned the well. They frame your decision to maintain standards and protect your dignity as you being the heartless relationship killer. Sometimes this performance includes manufactured tears, fake panic attacks, or dramatic monologues about how much you supposedly mean to them. This question is specifically engineered to make you sacrifice your self-respect to save a connection that they've already contaminated beyond repair. Here's your new reality. Liars ask questions not to gain understanding, but to seize control of the narrative and bend your perception of truth to their will. But now you're equipped with the ultimate defense system that makes you completely immune to their psychological attacks. You can instantly recognize these manipulation tactics and refuse to participate in their twisted games, protecting your mental peace like the precious resource it truly is. If this video just saved you from future manipulation and opened your eyes to the psychological games people play, smash that subscribe button, because we're building an army of people who refuse to be fooled. Hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest tactics to protect yourself from toxic people, and drop a comment telling me which of these 5 questions you've heard before, because I guarantee at least one of them will sound familiar. Let's create a community where manipulators can't win.